Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Pow It Out.
Welcome, welcome.
That's right. We're Sheldon and Lonein. Take one topic that we really have some thoughts on.
Yeah.
And
we have
some that you could probably relate to as well.
I'm sure you can. I'm absolutely certain you can.
Okay. As always, hit up with any comments or questions, PowItOutShow@gmail.com, YouTube, PowItOutShow, and Facebook, Pow It Out. And also, you can find us on Instagram for behind-scenes footage.
BTS.
And
you know you wanna. Just go ahead and do it.
BTS. Oh, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like something else, but I don't know. Whatever. So, Sheldon, recently I've kind of lost somebody very important in my life.
Oh no.
And I think we all can sort of relate, because losing someone is it's not an easy thing.
It's very impactful. Impactful.
So the person I lost was my barber.
Oh.
My barber. And you're not cracking a smile, because as a man, losing your barber or the person who understands your due, it's not an easy thing.
It is not. It is not. It's something that affects you and those and the lives of those immediately around you.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Right. So as a man, we get haircuts maybe 2-3 times. God help you if you're waiting a month to get your fresh cut.
Well, I have routinely gone that.
God help you.
That long. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
But and this is not an expensive. It's not an inexpensive thing, man. Haircuts cost money.
Yeah, they do. At least $15.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah. That's the easy route. And that's if you do nothing but just go.
Yeah. It's just your shears. Oh, you want us to use the scissors?
Yep.
Okay, so haircuts, and as a guy, we always have this vision in our head of what we want our hair to look like. We try to, in our best way, to express, what we want our haircut to look. But unfortunately, once you find someone, or if you think you found someone, you do have to go through maybe like 3 or 4 haircuts before you two build that relationship. Oh, you know what? I think this is what he likes when he says this. This is what he, what he's trying to say.
Exactly.
So now that I've got that off my chest, I've lost my barber. I have to start all over again.
Oh no, that process
it sucks. Let me tell you something. For years, Sheldon, for years.
Yeah, he's not exaggerating.
Years.
People.
Yes, I went with bad haircut after bad haircut after bad haircut, and I thought it was just normal. I've got this crazy tough, uncooperating kind of hair, because listen, I don't normally wake up every morning looking this fabulous.
Oh, is that the word we're using?
No, not fabulous.
Okay. But plus, and you got that good hair, which I understand as a beauty school dropout can be unruly.
Amongst other things.
It's not that former beautician.
Yes.
It's not that easy.
No.
It looks like it's nice, but then you got to contend with
yeah. Well, I got to use like product and stuff like that, but either way,
juices and berries.
Yes, juices. Okay, so years and years of bad haircuts, and I would feel myself that I got lucky if I left with a mediocre haircut. I'm out.
Yeah.
I just got my haircut. It's kind of mediocre. I am happy. The line's not straight, but it could have been worse, like the one before that.
Yeah.
And I did that for years, maybe like 8 years, going to the same lady. Mm-hmm. It was a $9 haircut. I guess you get what you paid for. But I drew the line. I drew the motherfucking line in the concrete when one day I brought my son over. Oh, you brought your son for a haircut? Yes, I did. She cut my son's hair in. It was a travesty. She ruined his head. I was like, that's it?
That's it. No.
You can mess up my hair, but you cannot mess up my son's? I'm out this bitch.
You can't fuck up a child. You can't do it. You can't do it.
No. Especially your kid. And then, so I left, but what happened? I had to find someone all over again who could understand what I was trying to do. And going back to trying to find somebody, so we'll have like a generic system, right? Mm-hmm. We'll go into a barber shop. Give me maybe a 2 on the top, a 1.5 on the side, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
if numbers were that perfect to apply to haircuts, because everyone has their own little system
exactly
of what their design is and what you're trying to give to them.
Exactly, because do you want the fade to start low? Do you want it to start high?
Yes.
Do I start fading it towards the temple, or do I start to fade more towards, do you want it like fade gradated this way or graded that way? Everybody's different, you know? And based on, you've lived with your head for a long time. You know where you got like little nooks and nods and everything. You know exactly how that thing needs to go to look your best.
Right. Yeah, just take a little off the top. I didn't say I was going to the army. I just said take a little off the top.
Yeah, they get over enthusiastic.
Yes, they do get very over enthusiastic.
Yeah, it's and my problem is, like, if you're in the chair and it hasn't been done exactly the way that you want it, do you say it right then and want them to fix it, or if it's gone too far, do you wait till the next time and say, you know what, this isn't the way I want it, but for next time we'll know. Just say, for next time I didn't want it to be. I don't want, like me. I do not, when I go to the barber shop, I don't want them to do me this thing here. It looks like I just got out of jail.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to, I have a little, a little peak right here in the front. Looks like a little M. Oh. So I prefer to leave that.
You like the naturalness of it.
I like the naturalness of it. I don't like the straight across. Right. So that's the first thing I say when I sit down. And sometimes they'll just not cut it at all.
Right.
Or to leave it, they'll overpronounce it and then do one of these numbers and cut some of the hair that grows. I'm like, no. So after a while, you go to the same, guy, and
yes,
they just get to know you. But the thing is, I don't go to the same guy. I just go to the same barbershop, and I've gotten attention because I don't like to wait. I want to get in there and get out. So whoever's available,
first available,
just cut. So, but at this point, everybody who works there knows the deal.
Yeah.
Do not cut this straight across.
That's right. But how long did it take for that? How many mediocre or bad haircuts did you have to endure?
Three or four.
That's
because if you don't ask, and that's my only request. That is my only request, and still it took 3 or 4 tries.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then if you say, okay, I want a number 1 on the sides, is that a standard measure? It should be.
It should.
Why isn't it always?
Nope.
If you go and say I want a ball fade, you don't know what you're gonna get. You hope that everybody is versed in hood language.
Yes, yeah.
But
yeah, that's after years of just bad haircuts of trying to maintain the do and some kind of whatever. I was like, you know what? Forget it. Just cut it low.
Yeah.
And it was basically for that the ease of less aggravation of just a bad cut.
Yeah.
It was quick. Well, you would hope it was quick. You ever went to a barbershop where they did more talking than cutting?
Oh God. That's if I have to go on the weekends. Here's how I avoid that.
Don't make any plans. Okay.
If you ever, that's the norm when you go to the barbershop.
Okay.
One day I went the day after LeBron James said he's bringing his talents to South Beach. And I went to the barbershop at 12 noon on a Saturday, down in the hood. It took me 3 hours to get out of there. Everybody was talking. They'd start cutting in the middle of the thing. Oh, dude, we just was talking about that. Let me tell you what happened. And then they go on, and it took forever.
That's right, man.
For that thing to happen. So, which is why now I go as soon as they open, or on my lunch on my lunch hour.
You don't want to. Hey, yo, we're having for lunch. You want some chicken? Hey, hold on a second. Yeah, let's get some chicken. Let's get some.
Hold on, hand me a pen. Let me write down exactly what I want.
Oh, and hello? No, I'm not busy. No. Listen, man.
I ain't busy at all.
Listen, I love my barbers, but we're there to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Now, I do have a horror story.
That's where I was going to. Haircut horror stories. Go on.
One time I decided I wanted to get me a mohawk.
Did you have the volume to get a mohawk?
It wasn't like, well, see, I kind of decided after he had started cutting.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted more of a faux hawk, like a fade, but just bring it in higher.
So, okay.
Like a low fade, just bring it in higher. Like a faux hawk, like a...
So the visual I'm getting in my head is it's like a... You know how some girls, they like to have the little landing strip down there in the little V area? It was like a little landing strip.
It was not unlike a landing strip. It was not unlike a landing strip.
All right, okay.
Oh my God! All I was needed was to be cut in the shape of a butterfly.
Yep, and a crop plan. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so I told the guy to give me the little fake mohawk. First off, he cut this, which I was pissed about. So it just looked like I don't even know what. And then when it got back here, it looked like when they do like a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
the back part of the arrow is what he did over here. It was just a complete disaster.
Oh God. Okay.
It
jeez.
was a complete disaster. And he was like, by the time he finished, he was like,
Yeah, it's tight work.
He was like, yeah,
It's
look
tight
at that.
work, man. I really like
look
the
at that.
haircut on you.
And I left out of there like, no, this ain't right. But I didn't want to stay. I didn't want to go back in there. I couldn't face him. I couldn't look him in the eye
tough,
with respect and dignity.
So tough, yeah.
So I just got out of there and waited a week, and then it grew out, and I had it redone.
It will grow back.
Yeah, it'll always grow back.
Unfortunately, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
I got a haircut as well. I could have swore I gave the lady exact instructions. At least I try to build up the exact instructions. 2 on the side, a little off the top, more off the back, and then just kind of leave more in the front for me to play with. I don't know what she must have been on something, because she was done. And I was like, I said this, but you did that, and you know what she told me? Oh, don't worry, it'll grow back. What? Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Okay. So finding a good haircut is almost finding a good haircut, or finding someone who cut your hair who understands you is almost like winning the lotto.
It is.
What
it is.
Do you remember the best haircut you ever had?
Yes. Picture it. Ocala, 1994.
Yes, I'm there. Never been to Ocala, but yes.
My cousin had just gotten out of the military. We were living in Ocala, and he was like, you know what? I think I'm thinking of moving to San Antonio. You want to move with me? I spent all that time in Ocala. I have another Ocala haircut story, by the way. I spent all that time in Ocala. Couldn't find a really, really good barber. Somebody with a shop and everything.
Right.
The day before we're getting ready to leave, we're driving around. We find a strip mall on the outskirts of town that nobody ever told us about. Nobody ever referred us to. We go in there, and there's this guy. There's like 2 people sitting there. We're like, yeah, I want this, I want that. He's like, okay. There you go. 15 minutes, in and out.
Done.
2 people, in and out. I'm like, wow, man, he's really good. He's like, well, I used to be in the military, and I'm the guy that used to, cut the hair when they get in. So he was used to cranking them out.
Efficient.
Let me tell you. And that was the day before I left that town. The day before I moved away from Florida, I found the greatest. That was the best haircut. I feel like I went 2 weeks, and that thing just was perfect.
Never to see him again.
Never heard from him again. I'm like, oh man.
It was almost like you found your soulmate, but like a barber.
It was Lonein. And then of course there was the void situation.
The void.
You know how back in the 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s, there was a thing, cutting designs in your hair?
Yes.
Well, somebody decided to do the reverse, and they cut everything, but leave a patch of hair in a design, which was wasn't unusual at all.
Okay, no.
So
Each his own.
He's cutting. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a star, like a starburst, like a star with a trail, behind it.
Starburst, huh?
So he's cutting, and I can feel where he's cutting. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
All right.
And I get up, and I'm like, all right, he's like $10. All right, give him the money. I'm getting ready to walk out. His grandma said, hey, fix that. I'm like, huh? He's like, son, go back inside. He got to fix that.
Fix what?
I go and look in the mirror. He had cut the pattern, the shape in my hair of a nutsack and a penis going across this way, and the head was right there, and the balls was right here, and left it. Now, mind you, it was artfully done,
yes,
but it was done. Now, he wasn't going to let me leave, but he let me walk out. He let me leave his house.
Are you sure about that? What if grandma didn't stop you? How do you truly know?
I don't know. He was like, nah, I wasn't gonna let him leave like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to believe that he wouldn't have let me leave like that.
I don't know how you go through the
Let me tell you
the time of cutting this impeccable looking nutsack and cock on the back of your head and not let the world enjoy it.
Yeah, it's true. I think he might have. Now that you mention it, maybe I'm in denial.
Okay, well. Live and learn. So my best haircut, just graduated from high school, 1995, right? Just walking around aimlessly, because that's what you do when you graduate from high school.
Yeah.
If you didn't go straight to school, you just kind of walk around aimlessly. And that's what I did. I found a barbershop, got my hair cut. Yeah, give me this. It cost me like $20. Yeah. Maybe you pay what you get. Anyway, it was the best looking haircut I ever had. It was like nice cut, nice little fade, little thing in the front here. Woo. I went back to my old high school. It was one of those haircuts where you're just like, yeah, this haircut's gonna get me laid. Yeah,
I've had a few of those.
Those.
We all know those. Oh yeah.
And I go on to school and I was like, oh, Lonein, I like a little hair, like playing with the little thing. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I was a couple weeks go by. I'm like, you know what? Let me get it again. Shut down. Place is shut down.
No.
Yes.
It was like a mirage.
It was like
you're walking through the desert and you saw like a lake and a little palm tree.
Did I really have that haircut?
Did you really get that haircut? Are you even sure that story is real?
I am not. What are you gonna do? Anyways, guys, those are our opinions on bad haircuts, or what do you think about haircuts?
Yeah.
As always, any comments or suggestions, PowItOutShow@gmail.com, YouTube, PowItOutShow, Facebook, PowItOut, Instagram for all your BTSs.
Yeah.
As always, for Lonein, Sheldon, PowItOut. Let's cut it up. Let's cut it up.
Yeah. Later.